G'day, Josh from In Your Yard Homestead. Well, today I'll be harvesting my onions, Hebrew brown onions. So let's get into it. I'm going to try and do it pretty quickly because it's starting to warm up already. So I'm going to get into it. I've got a couple of small ones here as well. The heat's really, knocked off the greens early. So I'll harvest all those ones. I will leave some that are still survived and hopefully they'll go to seed. Well, I'll continue with this and I'll show you how much I got at the end. Okay, so I've finished harvesting all the onions. I've left a few. Some have already gone to flower, so that's great. So that'll be seed for next year. And I've left a few that look like they could go to seed as well. If they die back, then I'll just harvest, so still no loss. But at least I'll have some seed for next year, so that'll be great. So here's the harvest. I've laid down a sheet in my lounge room, and that is just over 2 60-litre bins full of onions that I've got to start preparing to hang, to let them dry slightly so they'll store better. And I'll be doing some other storing methods as well, which I'll try and show you later. So I'll show you the next step of what I'll do. So I've got all the onions piled up here, ready for the next stage. Got some nice ones. This is the size that they're supposed to be when they're ready. Nice big onions. This is the Hebrew brown onion. So the next stage now is I cut the tops off partially. And I'm leaving just a little bit so I can tie on to hang up, and I usually cut the roots off a bit as well. Not all the way right to the onion, but just back a bit like that. Now, hopefully this bit of twine is strong enough to hold on. I just tie it on. Just by using a clove hitch, a simple clove hitch. This is good enough to hold it onto, and then finish it off with a half hitch. And there we go. So now that it's tied up, it'll get hung up to dry slightly so they store longer. I will be doing a lot of other, because there's no way I'll be able to eat through all these onions before they deteriorate. So I'll be preserving some by a few different methods. So if I get time, I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But yeah, next step is to hang them all up after this stage here. So it's going to take me a while to get through these. So I'll see you a bit later when it's time to hang these up, and then I'll show you them all hung up. So here's all the onions. I've tied them all up. All the bigger ones I've got down the bottom because they were a bit heavy to hang up along here, like the smaller ones, and the medium-sized ones all hanging up. So they'll hang there for a little while, and I'll start sorting them out in a couple of weeks. So that's the onions all hung up, and soon I'll be getting in and preserving them, like dehydrating, making some onion powder and some onion jam and a few other different things, pickled onions and stuff like that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless you guys.